Hey guys, my name is Tawana Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about some tips to start or even enhance your spiritual journey. This video was actually recommended by one of my patrons. So if you subscribe to me on Patreon to learn more spiritual education, please feel free to suggest anything you'd like to see. I often go through the messages, and if there's a really good one, I'll make a video if I think it will be helpful for you and for others. So today I want to talk about a few tips that you can incorporate to either start a spiritual journey or enhance one that you are already on. One, create a daily ritual of solitude and reverence. This is where you'll start to prioritize mindfulness. I'm looking at my notes because I wrote all of these down. So this is where you'll start to prioritize mindfulness. You can use this time to either read, meditate, pray, journal, reflect, or just be with yourself. The point of this is you're cultivating a habit of stillness, and what you'll realize is stillness and solitude will be really, really important on a spiritual journey, because you really connect with all of the insights that Spirit wants you to know, your guides want you to know, and just your inner wisdom. Generally, they come out in silence and solitude, away from the opinions of others, away from the projections of others. You're gonna really need time to just connect with you and find out what you authentically feel, think, and are being inspired to do. Some of the brightest ideas will come to you in solitude. Some of the best moments of clarity where you'll get direction on how to attack a problem that you have, or how to fix something. Just create some self-time every single day. If you're going to start with 15 minutes just to start out the day every single day, or if you're going to do it 3 days a week, or just cultivate some you time. The second thing is create an altar space to venerate your ancestors or connect with your guides. Now, this is something that I think I've recently, just within the past year, I've realized the importance of creating an altar space and actually sitting and using the altar space. I think I created different variations of altars all of my life, but it was lacking one thing, which was, I think, is the most important thing. It was my personal connection to the altar. That's what's going to inspire you to keep using it. And so I would say create an altar and practice daily. If you can't do it daily, do it on a schedule that works for you, by getting closer to your altar, practicing whatever spiritual or religious practices that you incorporate in your daily life at your altar. I have an altar video on Patreon on how to create an altar space. So if you want to learn how to do that, subscribe to my Patreon. That post is there. But after creating an altar, you'll really want to just develop a practice where you are connecting with your ancestors, connecting with your guides. A lot of guidance that you need for different aspects of your life will come out in just those moments of solitude. And also you'll get to use like different tools and connect with different things in your spiritual practice, which will enhance your spiritual journey, make it a little bit more enjoyable, and just basically open you up to creativity in your own journey. The third thing I like to suggest is seek out teachers and people who are living embodiments of what you seek. So on the spiritual journey, it's going to become really important for you to find like minds, and this is because it can often be a very isolated journey. And so something that has worked for me is seeking out people who are living embodiments of what I'm trying to achieve. And that's something you kind of sense with your physical senses, and also you sense with your extrasensory perceptions, because there are a lot of people who deem themselves as spiritual, but they're not really on the up and up, or you could see that they have a little bit more work, or they're not living in the vibration that they're speaking on. So seeking a spiritual teacher, even one that you listen to religiously or you listen to ever so often, will really, really help you. Not only do they give you a perspective shift, but it often gives you a really, really good baseline for theoretical knowledge, so that you can start to like digest that knowledge and think about how you want to apply it in your own life. One of my first spiritual teachers, who I love and adore to this very day, and even thinking about him makes me very emotional for all the things that he has taught me without even meeting him, is Wayne Dyer. I remember I stumbled upon his work. That's crazy, I'm even getting teary-eyed. I stumbled upon his work when I was really young, really young, probably 20, between the ages of 20 and 25. I stumbled upon Wayne Dyer somewhere around there, and his teachings completely changed my life. I remember studying some of his teachings for an entire summer, and I remember after the summer just having a complete perspective shift. I felt so isolated because I did not have anybody else to like share those insights with. But he was one of my first spiritual teachers. I know a lot of other people look up to a few others. I know Eckhart Tolle is one. Louise Hay has taught me a lot. There's so many different Alan Watts. There's so many different spiritual teachers that you can look up to, whether virtually or in real life if you get to encounter them. And then the fourth thing I'd like to suggest is read books to learn more. Books are a great way to see different perspectives, and of course also learn new theoretical knowledge as well. I feel like books are a gateway for you to like get the knowledge, and then after receiving that knowledge, then you go out and practice even further, and that's where you integrate what you've learned, because then you start to apply it to your own life. So books are a great way for me to always be more inspired and seek more knowledge, because on the spiritual journey you'll really learn that there's no destination or arrival point. You just keep learning. There are things that you keep learning. Life is cyclical, and there are different things that you need to learn in each cycle. So books are a great way to kind of commit to a lifelong spiritual journey, in that you're challenging yourself to continue learning new things, to continue embracing other perspectives, to continue seeking knowledge and seeking insights from the viewpoints of others. The fifth thing I'd like to suggest is dive deeply into your patterns, manifestations, and just general cycles in your life. I want you to start looking at everything that happens to you as a lesson. That's I think that's when my spiritual journey really started to change, and that's when I felt most powerful, because I started to assume personal responsibility for every manifestation that has occurred up to this point in my life. And that's a very difficult process, because you will gather into your awareness things that you did not want to manifest that you did, and things that you did want to manifest that you also did. But just the awareness of the fact that everything that has happened to you has been a manifestation, has been a personal manifestation, it puts you in a place of power, because then it helps you to kind of look at the cycles that you're perpetuating, the people that you're meeting, the situations that you're involved in, and it kind of works as a teaching moment, so that you see, okay, what what may have been the reason that I attracted that situation, or what may have been the reason why I attracted that person, or what may have been the reason why this thing happened in the way that it did, or what may be the reason why I repeat these patterns in these dynamics with other people. I feel like, is that a helicopter? I hope it's not really loud in the video, but I feel as though cultivating a habit of evaluating your life and the deeper meanings for why things happen to you is going to be monumental to your spiritual journey, because that's when you really start to understand yourself on a personal level, and you kind of let go of judgment for yourself. You let go of guilt and shame because you're taking personal responsibility for the things that you have created, and you're making a commitment to yourself to kind of changing those dynamics by first understanding them. And then the sixth thing I would like to recommend today, which is the last thing for this video, is to learn astrology. And this doesn't mean go be an astrologer, but astrology is a really good way to learn more about your individual destiny, your individual path, patterns that you may have, and traits that you are likely to embody in this lifetime. Astrology also helps you to understand previous lifetimes and things that you may be struggling with in this one. Because of that, it helps you to embody the energy of your destiny in this incarnation. It helps you with guidance on things that you're supposed to do. It helps you with timing to understand the different cycles of your life, why you may be feeling things that you're feeling. So I'm not telling everybody watching this video to go be an astrologer, but a really good introductory way to learn astrology as it relates to you personally is by downloading an astrology app. There's so many different astrology apps that you can download these days. I will be sharing my personal favorites on my Patreon. If you want to, if you have the resources, book an astrology or a natal session with an astrologer to help them go through your different aspects in your chart, your houses, your planets, things like that. Or if you would like to learn astrology, there are also different introductory courses that you could take from different astrologers, or just different apps that you can start getting your feet wet in. But just learning a baseline of astrology and what your astrological chart represents for you will be really important and helpful in your spiritual journey. So those are a few tips that I have. I hope these were helpful to you. If you have already started your own spiritual journey and there are some other things that you'd like to share for others to recommend, please feel free to leave them in the comments so that we can all help each other on our own spiritual journeys. And with that said, I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, my link to one-on-one sessions is down below, and so is my Patreon link if you'd like to learn more spiritual education with me. See you next time, guys.